And can you see my presentation? I think it's fine. Good. Okay. And okay, so I will begin. If somebody could just reply yes on the microphone, because it's difficult for me to see the chat at the moment. And can somebody reply yes through the microphone to say they can see the presentation?
Yes, it's good.
Okay,
Good.
thank you. Okay, so today we have nutrition and wellness. And so we will see information related to food, the vitamins, the minerals, the food groups, and general information, but mostly a focus on new vocabulary. And so, yes, here we have the introduction. So, to keep our body and mind running like a finely tuned machine, we need to use the right fuel. So, for humans, that means nourishing our bodies with the right foods. So, yes, we will have a look today. Yes, in some of the slides, you can see the translation if necessary for the new vocabulary. And okay, so firstly, we will see nutrition. So yes, nutrition is the substance that you take into your body as food, which can influence our health. Here we have one example. So good nutrition is essential if patients are to make a quick recovery. So yes, nutrition talks about food as a fuel for our body. So firstly, today we can have a look at different dietary requirements. So yes, today it's quite common to talk about dietary requirements. Normally, these are related to preferences, but also it can be a restriction. It is related sometimes to a health condition, an ethical belief, a religious practice, or a personal choice. So, yes, we'll have a look at the different dietary requirements. So, yes, firstly, in the chat, you can list any dietary requirements that you can think of. So, yes, you have 20 seconds to write in the chat if you can think of some type of dietary requirement. So, yes, remember that the dietary requirement is some type of preference or some type of restriction that's related to a health condition, an ethical belief, a religious practice, or personal choice. So, yes, I will check the chat 1 second. And so, in the chat, we have, yes, no sugar, vegetarian. Very good. So, we will have a look here. I will continue with the presentation. Okay, so here we have a list of many different dietary requirements. So I hope you can all see the list. Any problems, you can tell me through the microphone. So here we have number 1, nut-free, pescatarian, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, dairy-free, halal, kosher, and diabetic friendly. So yes, also sugar free, as somebody listed in the chat. So number 1 today we have gluten free. So remember, if you have a pen and paper and you see any new vocabulary today, you can write down the vocabulary during the class. So gluten free means you cannot eat gluten. Sometimes it's an allergy or intolerance. Here we have options which gluten free people normally can eat. So, for example, oats, quinoa, brown rice. Normally, people can eat these ones. After this, we have vegetarian. So, vegetarian avoids meat, poultry, fish. Sometimes they include dairy products. So, for example, a lacto-vegetarian, or sometimes they eat eggs, which is ovo-vegetarian. And after this, we have vegan. This one is somebody who excludes all animal products, normally because of animal cruelty. This includes meat, dairy, eggs, honey, focuses on plant-based foods like fruits, vegetables, grains, legumes, nuts, and seeds. So here we have the top 5 countries with vegetarian and vegan people. So India actually is one of the main countries where you can find lots of vegetarians and lots of vegetarian food. In England, we have a lot of Indian people, so it's quite common to find a lot of vegetarian food. In France, sometimes it's not so common. And okay. After this, we have nut free. So, nut free means no nuts. Normally, it's due to some type of allergy. And okay. Pescatarian is a person who eats fish, but they do not eat meat or poultry. Poultry means birds, they do not eat chicken, etc. But they eat seafood. Here in the picture, you can see the type of foods that you can eat on a pescatarian diet: seafood, whole grains, fruit and vegetables, etc. After this, we have halal, follows Islamic dietary laws, which prohibit certain foods like pork and alcohol, and require that meat is prepared in a specific way. And here, diabetic friendly focuses on managing blood sugar. Here are some diabetic friendly foods. And okay, so here we have a quick quiz. So you have to select the correct answer for number 1. So number 1, which dietary requirement avoids gluten? A protein found in wheat, barley, and rye. So in the chat, you can write A, B, C, or D in the chat. And let me check. And perfect. So yes, this one is gluten-free. And okay, we have 2 more questions. Okay, gluten-free. Question number 2. A vegetarian diet can include which of the following? And perfect. Yes, this one is correct. And the last question, one moment, is if it works again. It's not happy at the moment. 1 second. And the last one we have is which diet excludes all animal products, including meat, dairy, eggs, and honey. And this one is the vegan diet. And okay, so here we have wellness. So We can have a look at how wellness is connected to nutrition. So yes, wellness is the state of being healthy, especially when it is something that you are actively trying to achieve. We have an example. Employers who emphasize worker wellness get a healthy return on their investment. So yes, improving wellness through food can be achieved by making mindful choices that support overall health. So for example, if we eat well, if we make good food choices, this can improve our wellness, our positivity, our state of mind. And in the chat, if you have an example, you can write an example in the chat. So for example, do you have any tips on how food can improve our wellness? And let me check the chat 1 second. If not, don't worry, because very good. So yes, yoga can improve our wellness, and that's a good example. And let's have a look here through food. So yes, here are 4 short tips to show how wellness can be improved through food. And if you have any problems with the presentation connecting, you can tell me through the microphone at any point if there is a problem with the presentation. And okay, so number 1, eat a variety of whole foods. This includes whole grains, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins. Number 2, stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water throughout the day to support digestion. Number 3, limit processed foods. Reduce the intake of processed and sugary foods, which can lead to inflammation and other health issues. Opt means to make a choice. Opt for fresh, unprocessed options instead. Finally, incorporate healthy fats. Include sources of healthy fats like avocado, nuts, seeds, olive oil to support brain health. So here in the picture, we have some examples of healthy fats: avocados, walnuts, canola oil, etc. And okay, so here, I think now we're on yes, section 3. So section 3, we'll talk about the food groups. So yes, we have different food groups. So firstly, we have the protein. The protein is essential for building and repairing tissues. This includes meat, poultry, fish, eggs, beans, and legumes. The tissues are inside your body to repair your tissues in your body and your muscles. Number 2 is the carbohydrate. So yes, this can include grains, so things like bread, potatoes. We have fruits and vegetables and legumes. And the number 3 is fats. So yes, here we need fats for energy, cell function, and absorbing vitamins. Dairy provides calcium, vitamin D, and protein. After that, we have fruits and vegetables, rich in vitamins and minerals. And the last one, finally, is the grains. So yes, a major source of energy and fiber, such as rice, oats, wheats, and bread. I'm just going to check the chat in case there's any questions. Have a salted breakfast is good, and sports. Yes, they are the ideas for the wellness. Yes, but in this case, normally salted, we will say savory breakfast. We say savory or sweet. And okay, after this, I will continue. So this today is the final section. So we have vitamins and minerals. So yes, firstly, on the first page, we have the vocabulary section with some of the key vitamins and minerals that we need. Many of them are actually similar in French. So the ones which vary a little, it's iron. In French is a little different there. And but yes, the other ones are quite similar in English and French. Yes, we have vitamin A, folate, calcium, iron, magnesium, potassium, zinc, and selenium. So to continue from there, we have a list of vegetables. I think fruit, maybe just the avocado. So here we mostly have vegetables, which are not very common. Well, some of them are quite common, but just so you can see some vocabulary. So we have kale, for example, sweet potatoes, which else is quite the Brussels sprouts. In England, we normally eat this one at Christmas. And yes, avocado, pumpkin seeds. And okay, so we will continue with today. We will continue to just have a quick overview of the main vitamins and the main minerals. So yes, I think we have. Yes, we have enough time. So, for example, number one, we have vitamin A. So this one is mostly for vision, your immune system, and also your skin. So for each one, we have different sources. So here the sources are carrots, sweet potatoes, spinach, kale, apricots. Vitamin C is for also for the immune system, the skin health, wound healing. A wound is when you have some type of injury with blood on your body, normally quite severe, and we call this one a wound. So yes, this one, wound healing, is to make the wound better. In this case, we can eat oranges, strawberries, kiwi, bell peppers, and broccoli. In British English, we just say pepper, and in American English, they say bell pepper. Here we have vitamin D, which is for the bone health and also the immune function. Normally, vitamin D you can obtain from sunlight. So here you can see vitamin D we can get from sunlight, but also we can have food sources with vitamin D. So here we have, for example, mushrooms and leafy greens. But yes, I think one of the important ones is to have sunlight. And vitamin E is acts as an antioxidant, protecting the cells from damage. We have spinach, avocados, almonds, and sunflower seeds. And vitamin K, crucial for blood clotting. This means the blood goes together, and also for the bone health. So yes, the sources can be kale, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and green beans. And the last on the vitamins is vitamin B9. So this is for your DNA synthesis, cell division, and important for pregnancy. Pregnancy is when you have a baby inside you. And yes, this one we can eat leafy greens, asparagus, oranges, avocados. So yes, a lot of information with the vitamins. Here we have the minerals. Here you can see in the picture legumes. So in French, legume is different to English. So a legume in English is not a vegetable. In English, these include the chickpeas, the beans, the peanuts, the peas, the soybeans, etc. So yes, the word legume in English includes all of these foods. So number one, calcium. Here we can eat kale, broccoli, etc. These have good sources of calcium. Iron, we can get iron from sources such as spinach, lentils. You can see lentils and chickpeas are the legumes. And finally, we have magnesium. So yes, magnesium is to support your muscle and nerve function, as well as energy production. Good sources are spinach, bananas, avocados, nuts. And so I hope you have paid attention to the vitamins and minerals, because now we have a quick test. I know, after this one. So yes, quickly before the test, potassium, sources of potassium, bananas, potatoes, etc. Potassium helps regulate fluid balance and muscle contractions. Zinc, important for your immune system. Wound healing, which we saw before. And also selenium, which acts as an antioxidant and supports your thyroid function. Okay, so question number one, which vitamin is essential for vision, your immune function, and skin health? So if you can write number one and then the answer in the chat, because I will check after number one and number two. And then if you can write in the chat number two and the answer. So number two, which mineral is crucial for producing hemoglobin, which carries oxygen in the blood. And okay, so here the correct answer is C, which is vitamin A, and number two is C, which is iron. So let's see in the chat if we got C and C. And yes, very good, C and C. And okay, to finish the presentation, we have one more question. Okay, so the last question, which vitamin supports the immune system, the skin health, and wound healing? And so yes, you can write your answers in the chat for number three. And I will give you 5 more seconds. Okay, so this one is vitamin C. Let me check the chat. And yes, no, number three. But I think maybe it can, let's check if it can be B9 as well. And 1 second. B9 is for DNA synthesis, but yes, I'm not an expert, so maybe it can also support that one too. But yes, the correct answer for number 3 was vitamin C. And okay, so the conclusion from today, wellness and nutrition are deeply interconnected. For a balanced diet, it plays a crucial role in maintaining your overall health and well-being. So yes, today we saw the dietary requirements and the vitamins and minerals. So hopefully this type of vocabulary with the vegetables, the legumes, the vitamins, minerals, and also the information for the dietary requirements. Hopefully it will be useful for you in your day-to-day life, or when you travel or you work. This type of vocabulary can be important. So if you have a dinner in a foreign country, for example, or if you have to go to a restaurant, this information will be useful. And finally, if we incorporate a variety of nutrient-rich foods and stay hydrated, be mindful of our eating habits, we can enhance our physical and mental health. But yes, the main objective of today's presentation was to give you an overview of the nutrition and wellness vocabulary, because yes, it's vocabulary that we need every day. We eat 3 times a day, well, most people. So it's normally useful information to understand how to talk about this in the English language. And if you need anything else, let's see. I have one last question from Anne. So the difference between a legume and a vegetable. So basically, a vegetable, they are the which ones did I show you before? I will show you the list of them. 1 second. If you can't see my list, you can tell me. I will show you the list. So all of these are vegetables. So yes, normally the vegetables are bigger. So yes, all of these, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, etc., are vegetables. The legumes normally are quite small. So normally a legume is small, like a bean or a chickpea or a pea, and you cook many of them. Normally the protein content of the legume can be quite higher than a vegetable. So yes, if you need to know the legumes, all of these listed here are the legumes. So yes, these ones. And so yes, if anybody has any other questions, you can write in the chat. But yes, it was nice to see some new faces today. And if you need anything else, you can email me. In the future, you can find this. You can find this